Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Perceptivision. So, I voted on a comic book. This is Batman the Legacy Cowl. It is brought to you by Palm NFT Studios and the community of Bat Cowl holders. Now, this is an NFT project that started in April of 2022, and one of the biggest utilities that we were able to have was to vote on a canon Batman comic. That is very big. This is something that you can look back at when you have grandkids and they make a movie about this, and you're going to say that you were the one who voted on key aspects of this storyline. This is including the cover, the sidekick, the costumes, the villain, the location. That is how much influence the Batcowl community had over this comic. So we follow Batman here back in the Batcave, monitoring any activity that's going on in Gotham. As you can see, this is the first issue of the Legacy Cowl. So while he's out checking everything out that's going on in the city, he gets an alert from the Bat computer that something got into Vault 1 in the Batcave. And it's a huge deal because nobody even knows about it. Not even the Bat family. Not even the original Robin, aka Nightwing. Absolutely nobody knew this even existed. As you can see, the Bat Cowls got a very big shout out right here. Like a lot of these cowls right here look exactly what you get if you minted anything from Palm NFT. It is a huge deal because this is a cameo for us. This was a community driven project. This was something that fans got to vote on, and now we're official. We are canon. It doesn't get more official than that. You have the Bat Cowl right there with the earpiece. You have the spike visor from the Batman Who Laughs. You have a masked domino. That's what they would call that third one on the right. And then on the far right is one with a headpiece. All of those are actual NFTs that you can get. And with the Batcowl collection from Palm NFT Studios, we've gotten so much stuff. We've gotten the comic book voting, which was something very big, very essential to the community. We got VIP status at live events, so we got invited to NFT NYC, New York Comic Con, and even the premiere of Black Adam. That was a huge deal when we made this comic, when we joined this community, when we minted at the price at $300. We knew what we were getting into, and it was worth it. The Legacy Cowl is secure in Vault 1. And the problem is that it's not there. Batman's just now figuring out that somebody actually got in there. And here we are with Grayson having extreme doubts about who would break into the Batcave. So Nightwing is just now learning that there is such a thing as the Legacy Cowl. And Batman made it in case that there is nobody to replace him, that there is nobody out there who he could find as a worthy candidate of being the next Batman. So he ended up making the Legacy Cowl, which is a cowl that is semi-sentient and has all the proper skills of becoming Batman, and it would be able to adapt itself to somebody that's physically conditioned like Bruce Wayne. So in the event that there is no Batman and Robin in Gotham, the Legacy Cowl would be there for somebody who actually wants to step up and be the next Bat. So Bruce says this thing is very dangerous in the wrong hands. And he calls in Nightwing to get his opinion on what could have happened and how somebody could have possibly broken into the most secure vault that Batman has in the Batcave. So normally Nightwing calls out that maybe it could have been a mistake, maybe it could have been an error, maybe the computer might have overlooked something and erased it and chose to treat it like it was just a normal day, which is possible. But the problem is that they see malware that overwrote the security system in the Batcave, and now it's looking for matches on who could have possibly broken into the Batcave. And you guys are about to see who else we voted on, and that is Brainiac. We got to vote on the villain of this entire comic book. And that's huge. Traditionally, Brainiac is supposed to be a Superman villain. And this is one of those things that I didn't like because Nightwing says, "Should we call you know?" And Batman responds to him, "Only if we have to." So I didn't like that part because I really like to think of Batman as a very, very self-capable tactician. I don't like to think of him as that he's a normal human being and he has to call the Justice League if anything super alien comes to Gotham and he has to rely on them. I like Batman as a character to be able to outthink every bit of his enemies, just outthink every bit of his situations that he gets involved in. And this is also another thing we got to vote on. We got to vote on that phrase, "to the Batmobile," which, thumbs down to every person out there who said no, he shouldn't say that. I wanted him to say that, and there was a majority of people that said, yeah, we want Batman to say that. Along with, we voted for the Batmobile itself. We got to vote on that, which is dope. So, Nightwing and Batman go on. They're out in Chinatown, which, by the way, we voted on where this story is going to take place, and that was very major. And the biggest question right now is, what does Brainiac want with the Legacy Cowl? What do you think he's even going to do with it? This is also another thing we got to vote on. Does Batman break the chain link fence, or does he blow it up? That's another aspect of the comic we got to vote on. So on the way over there, they were able to track down Brainiac, but Brainiac could also sense that they were coming also. And it turns out to be a trap, which at the last minute, Batman and Nightwing jumped out of the Batmobile. It doesn't look like the car even got smashed either. It's just there, stationary. Batman is checking on Robin until we see Brainiac just pop up out of nowhere, looking like a menace. So right here, they're trying to go ahead and take him down, but Brainiac is just so OP in that very moment. How can you expect them, these two guys, take him down? Brainiac is a very conflicting villain to me because he's more than just an alien. He's straight up technology. His body isn't even his body. So, I don't know how he's going to do it. This is also another aspect we got to vote on, which was the story, like, what does Batman do here? Does he punch him? Does he kick him? What action does Batman use against him? And clearly the kick got chosen, but I can't even tell, man. Like, I don't know what happened here. So Brainiac just gives the monologue of like how he's just knows way more than Bruce, and that he's about to like find out just how much. And that is the end of the comic. We got to vote on every aspect of this comic book, and it was very cool. And this is only issue 1. I just wonder how many more issues are we gonna get after this. And I hope that it gets drawn out. I really do. But who knows? We'll see you guys for the next one. In the meantime, let's go over the behind the scenes of the votes that we got to make for this comic book. Now, it would be a crime if I didn't mention that this happened because of the Bat Cowl collection by Palm NFT Studio. Yes, this is an NFT asset. It is worth getting into. That's why we got so many of these benefits. So this is the Bat Cowl collection. This is where the floor is currently sitting on right now. I highly recommend getting into it if you want the free stuff, the comic book voting, the VIP status at live events, the advanced drops for NFT collections that they do give us. We got free Harley Quinn, Offensive Charms, the Mayhem boxes. We got a free copy of the Legacy Cowl. We got the Gotham City Knights District Vigils. That is what came with the Legacy Cowl. And not even that, you still, every 52 days, they update it and give us new utility. We got an archive tour of of every single bat suit, bat cowl, and Batmobile that's ever been featured in a movie. We got that archive tour, which was really cool to see. If you're a big Batman fan, you would actually value that a lot. I highly recommend getting into this project. It's worth it. Thank you for staying in tune for the video. These are the behind the scenes. We got to vote on the title of Batman the Legacy Cowl, along with the official cover art for it. And you guys could see the alternatives of what would have been, which is really nice. We also got to vote on the sidekick of our story, and you can see the alternative panels of who it could have been that got to be by Batman's side during the events of the Legacy Cowl. So we could have chose between Robin and Batgirl. And then also we got to choose who the villain was for the Legacy Cowl, which was very major because we got Brainiac, and Brainiac's traditionally a Superman villain, along with choosing the costumes of both Nightwing and Batman. Please excuse me, I didn't have the Batman footage. And right here we got to choose the Batmobile, and which one it could have been. It could have been the super old one, the 90s animated, or that Batman versus Superman Batmobile. We also got to choose the stunt action that the Batmobile performs on the way to go confront Brainiac. As you saw in the comic, one of those actually made it. We also got to choose the gadgets of the Batmobile and the significance of the weaponry of the Batmobile. But I didn't know too much about this section to really care, so I felt like these votes weren't for me, but I still voted. But it just wasn't something that I had too much knowledge about, so I didn't know what I was voting for. And down here, we got to vote on the action Batman and Nightwing would take when they confront Brainiac. I have to admit, some of this art looks a lot better than what we initially voted for. But that's just me. The fans have spoken. They chose what they chose, and I'm all for it. I love it. I wouldn't change a thing about it. And lastly, our very last vote was, what would the Legacy Cowl look like? And what we got is Design H. That was what became the final vote.